Dalton and Tev can attest to that, right?
Yeah.
To two cats?
Two of anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Two of a kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two kids.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you make your announcement yet or no? I don't want to.
I mean, yeah, we were talking. You talking about like to the world or what you mean?
Yeah. Like, can I say it now or no?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, people know. Yeah. I'm expecting
So-
the second one. Yeah.
Dalton and Tev are expecting a second
Yeah.
one, right? So Tev hit me, I think, last week, right?
Yep.
And was trying to get this episode set up. So I was like, oh, man, kid, Dalton. He was like, oh, yeah, I remember Dalton telling me last time. Or I don't know. You remember him telling you about the kid. So maybe a day or two ago, I was like, hey, we should try to XYZ to get the episode out. And I told Dalton, and Dalton was like, "No, man, we gonna be at the hospital getting ready to give birth to young Ronan." So I was like, fuck, I didn't know it was gonna be like a 4-day process or whatever. So I hit Tev back, and I was like, "Yo, we got to do it today. A baby changes everything." And then Tev's reply was, "You wouldn't know, huh?"
He did say it as if like he's an expert on it. I was like,
shit. I mean,
Stepdaddy Kris, man.
Yeah, bro.
You
I know
feel
what's
me?
going on. One of my AKAs is Stepdaddy Kris, bro. I know what's going on out here in these streets for sure. For sure.
Kris love the kids.
But I would like to welcome everybody back to another episode of StepBrothers podcast. What episode where we at?
270.
270, man. We're moving on up. It's your host with the most, Kris Minor, aka Dino Spumoni, extra cheese and pepperoni, aka Talk to Me Nice, aka Young Kris Kringle, aka Young Polly Walnuts. You feel me? What's good, Dalton? What we doing?
What's good? Dag ain't here.
Yes, sir.
15% off every day, every time.
Every time.
With the hats.
Use promo.
Tev, you got to get you one. You know what I'm saying?
with the
I
hat.
want one too.
What does it say? Dad gang. What is
Dad
it?
gang.
I could. What is it? A snapback? What are we doing?
Yeah, it is a snapback. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Come in multiple colors and types.
He turned halfway before he turned all the way. Oh, that shit crazy.
I had to think about it. I was like, should I do this? I was like, yeah, fuck it.
Go ahead. You already have fun there.
Finish-
He's already going.
This unsolicited ad right now.
I wake up at, come on, man.
Sunrise to see my sunrise. You know what it is.
Talk.
Diamond, what's good with you, baby?
What's good? I don't need an introduction. Y'all know who it is.
I don't need no introduction in this. For sure. And we got a special guest today, as y'all can see here.
You're
Coach Tev is in the
Yes,
building.
sir.
You know what I'm
Yes, sir.
saying? A man that wears many hats. You feel me?
many
I'm
caps.
gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, Tev, that I never told you before. You are, without a doubt, my biggest inspiration.
Oh.
It's the Jack. Is that the gentleman Jack's talking?
No, I mean it's the Jack that convinced me to finally be like, tell this nigga. But the last time we potted together, you asked me about how I felt about naming my album "Talk to Me Nice," and you named your album "Talk to Me Nicely," and I gave like the politically correct answer. I'm not gonna lie, but that 4-on-4 in me, you feel me? That 40-yard dash or whatever the fuck in me was like, that just turned the nigga up more because you were promoting your album before I dropped mine. So
Mm-hmm.
I seen that, and of course the team, not Dalton per se, but like, who I was working with closely at the time and still do, was just like, oh, you saw Tev, you named his album, yada yada yada. What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Kris? And I was just like, oh, it's whatever, it's cool. Like, I always thought that the way you marketed yourself, and how you never try to be anyone but yourself through your music was something to not necessarily hate. Like, I don't hate it at all, but to marvel at and be like, yo, he's got it. Like he got the total package type shit. So my first question to you, You're welcome. I might not never say that again. So if you got to
It's recorded. It's recorded. It's all good.
Yeah, it's here. My first question to you would be, where did you decide, when and where did you decide to turn up on your marketing? Because I feel like your presence is always felt regardless of when you drop or not. Like, you understand the algorithm. From my perspective, you understand the algorithm and you understand like visuals and obviously the music. So like, where did that shit start clicking for you?
Man, to be honest, I'm gonna have to, you give me props, so I'm gonna have to give another cat props. Probably around 2015 or something like that. MSAW and Iris, what they were doing, I thought, just like how they marketed themselves, it looked like, you know, everything from cover art to music videos to like rollouts. Like, I didn't know anybody at the time locally, you know, that didn't have a big budget that was like rolling things out. It was just like drop shit on SoundCloud, drop a YouTube video, that's it. Like, there wasn't no themes with it. There wasn't no like plan, you know. So seeing like how they did it, like I was like, yo, that's dope. I was like, why can't I do that? I got a camera, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then just kind of like watching, then I kind of, around that time too is when I like officially became Coach Tev. Like, I was 80 different other names that we're not going to discuss ever.
Right.
But I was.
That's so funny because I was going to ask you,
Uh-huh.
how did we get to Coach Tev? Like, what other names? Like, what was the steps you
Y'all
took
want to know the other names?
to get?
I want to know the other names because
Man.
I did ask you our very first episode, how'd you land on Coach Tev? Were you actually a coach? I remember that.
Yeah,
From
I was never a
episode-
coach. I was never
Yeah.
a coach. My pops was a
Chris and
coach.
stuff, we be on the same shit.
For
Yeah.
real.
My pops was a coach, and I was just around the environment. And then, but what really did it, I was working at this after school care, for like, what do you call it? Like, was it middle school or something? No, it was elementary. And I wasn't a teacher, so they call you coach, right? They call you Coach Mia, Coach whatever. And so they would call me like Coach Tev, Coach T or whatever. And, you know, at the time too, I'm dressing in like mad athleisure wear, and it shit just fit. I was like, yo, that could be. I was going by Tevin Jinx at the time, right? My name's Tevin, obviously Coach Tev. My last name is Jenkins, so I tried to like, let me just hyphen the shit.
Yeah.
And really, because it was Tevin Lamar right before that, because Lamar is my middle name, right?
Mm.
And then
Oh.
there's some little rapper or whatever that
Yeah,
decides to
yeah.
name,
Some
K-Dot,
unknown
you know what I'm
niggas.
saying?
Yeah.
put
Some
Lamar
unknown.
on his name.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't be Tevin Lamar no more. So
Nah,
it
yeah.
was like 50 other names before that, but those were the two most recent. And then around 2015 is when I, you know, became the coach and kind of like dove into that persona like a little bit. Like, it was easy, but like as Kris is saying, it wasn't like, I didn't have to really like, it wasn't like a persona I had to like try to put on. It was already just natural. I just kind of like dove into it a little bit more with like marketing and like, and themes and, you know, and that's just, it's fun to do, man. Like, that's part of the artistry to me, like finding
Facts.
creative ways to like market yourself and you know,
Yeah.
because like a lot of artists that I came up on, like the Kanyes and the Tylers, and, you know, they had like, they put you in their world, you know? So it was like the music itself was dope, but it made it that much more doper when you felt like this is so unique. Like, it's like a film in its own way, you know? So I try as best as I can to kind of do a little bit of that. It does get exhausting sometimes, because sometimes you just want to rap. You just want to put out music without having to feel like you got to overthink everything. And yeah, so.
I can say the name works because the room that I'm currently in is where I recorded my last, Dalton, 3 projects, right? So
Yeah.
I've had a lot of people in here recording verses, doing a little, Diamond did an interlude for a song we never put out. But like, I watch you for real. Like, you and Doe are 2 of the artists locally. Lucky as well. Big has been somebody that Big is someone we know personally. So it's like, we've always tried to help whenever he asks for it. But like, as far as somebody I didn't know that was on the scene doing something that we were doing, and that rapper brain, that rapper ego, and all that shit kicking in, you were definitely someone that I followed. Like, just from the beats that you picked to your flow, like how I ain't gonna say lackadaisical because that's crazy. I don't even know why I just said that.
Laid back
But
is
you're
cool.
but you're laid back. You're laid back.
Lackadaisical sound like, lazy ass,
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the word that popped up. But it's really more like I ain't gonna say even vibe music because I feel like the kids today even turn vibe music into something that shouldn't really be considered as art. And I don't think that's the case with you, like, because I know you personally and I follow your work. So who and what like influenced you for real?
Shit, Cool Kids. Remember the Cool Kids, right? Remember that era?
Come on, man.
Yeah, Cool Kids. Obviously Wayne, like from the wittiness, like actually having like being a rapper's rapper, just finding delivery and like ways to say cool shit. But like definitely vibe wise for sure, like Cool Kids. And then that whole blog era, Currency Wiz. Currency for sure. Currency changed my whole like perspective on like lifestyle rap, Like it was a way to like find out how to like you can be nice with the rap, but you ain't got a rapidy rap. I was listening to Mad Nas and Wu-Tang and shit at the time. But then Currency came along, with what was that, Cobert Coupe. And I was like,
Pilot
oh shit,
talk.
like Pilot Talk, like it was like, oh, you can just talk about, like bro was talking about like downloading NBA roster and uploading the shit on like 2K, you know what I mean? Eating snacks. I was like, yo, this is my type of vibe. Like I can get jiggy with this, you know what I mean? Just like real, just lifestyle, just talk about what you're doing, but say it in and making it the most cool, sound like the coolest shit,
Illustrious way, for real. We ain't never, like, I've sent you a couple beats here and there.
I'm picky.
Dude,
yeah.
You are.
I'm picky, and
But
it got to be
also,
like the time. It got to be a certain, like sometimes I'll catch some shit like years later. You know what
you're
I mean?
also a rapper too, right? So, but as a producer, when I send you something, I'm expecting, I guess I'm expecting you to like understand or realize like I'm not sending you this for the hell of it. Cause Dalton, I sent him All the Girls. You remember that?
Yeah.
Dami, you remember the All the Girls record? I sent Tev that.
Is this a joint that you already recorded and did something, like put it out?
Yeah. I sent it to you for sure. I sent it to you. I got the DM. You want to pull it up?
I believe you.
No, yeah, I know you believe. I sent it. Yeah, but you never hit me back though. And the rapper part of me was like, this nigga ain't gonna do it. This nigga scared. This ain't his vibe. He don't want to step out of the box. Yada, yada, yada. Right? But like the producer side and really the human side was like, oh, this nigga just really got shit to do for real. Like me, I think artists in particular, artists from rapper to visuals to production, however you want to classify artists, I don't think we take a step back and realize like these niggas are human too and they got shit going on too. So just because I might be in that mode where I'm OD creative and I can make whatever and have this grand vision and I send it to somebody just because they're creative, it doesn't automatically mean that it's going to snap for them the same way it did for me. So as far as you like pick it, because you just said you're picky, as far as you picking the records that you automatically like hop into, get into, write to, or produce from like conception, what's that process like for you?
Honestly, it's on some like, cause I rarely like write if I'm not sitting by my computer and like can record right then, like I don't just be writing on the road and shit as much as I used to. So like I literally have to like pull it up and like it's hitting right then at that second. And then I'll like, maybe freestyle a little bit to it and then like, do you do that? Like, do you like freestyle like a verse or some shit and then like base your verse off of that? Or do you just like write? Cause I'm more like it depends, but a lot of times I'll like freestyle the flow a little bit and then I like, go back and like, if it's something that a pocket I really rock with, then I'll kind of like work backwards from that type shit, you know?
That's an excellent question. Dalton has seen me.
Chris, you sound like shit.
Clipping
Pull
like
the
a
mic away.
Oh, my bad. I'm better.
No, it's.
Little
I
bit.
see what happened. You turned on fucking echo cancellation. I don't know why you keep turning that
I
shit
didn't
on.
do. I didn't do. Now I hear whatever you are saying. You hear,
Yeah,
but I didn't
that's
do
what it is.
anything. Don't put that on me. That's crazy because my shit sound crazy now.
Yeah,
Yo.
but you can't change it while
Look,
it's recording.
Chris, but I will say to your other
Okay.
point about like
Okay.
how, because I be having to realize that too, because I do be having, everybody got life and shit going on, right? But
Mhm.
like I be having to remind myself that like, like producers do have a certain vision in mind when they send you some shit. So like,
Mhm.
I don't be meaning a lot of times just like not respond. I think a few producers like are beefed out with me because of that. Like.
Only reason why I beef out with you for real is because I know you.
Because
But if
rap
I
you.
didn't really know you, like I don't really know you, but we're acquainted enough to know that like this rapper shit. Because I think perfect that we're finna roll into this. Most of this shit that happens, especially via the internet, Twitter, social media, is rapper ego.
Oh yeah, 1000%.
Had I would have sent you that beat. Like 20. When did Chris Belly come out?
2014.
Had this would have been 2014, I'm at you.
You would have dissed me.
It would have went crazy. I would have been like, oh, this nigga Tev, he Hollywood, yada, right? But the maturity and realizing, taking a step back and realizing like, you're a father, husband, partner. I don't know the status. I'm sorry. You still work a 9 to 5?
Ish, yeah.
Ish 9 to 5. Like I understand that. Like if I didn't have Dawn in my life, I probably wouldn't. Like for real, because we do podcasts together, we do music together. His son's godfather together. Like you feel me? Like I get it. Like being able to take a step outside of yourself and understand what's happening around you is so important. But I think the focus and intensity an artist has to have in order to create, they stay locked in that mode. So just a few months back, we had this whole Dallas MC battle, right? Which I felt like it was good. Like I really appreciated that. From a nigga who not from Dallas, live in Arlington, know all y'all niggas.
Yeah.
In some capacity worked with or been around all y'all. Like I thought it was good that we see who really care about this shit and who don't. Because at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about.
That shit was pissing me off when it was niggas that didn't really rap like that would be like, yo, why y'all doing this? Y'all need to go and like, what's coming from this? I'm like, bro, like, shut up. You're not a rapper.
Hey, I know
you're
exactly.
not like you're not in the gym. You know what I mean? So like, this is a sport. Like people forget because they always looking at the gains and the ROI of shit all the time. And that shit blows me. It's like, yeah, like it is a business too, but like we actually love it. We have a passion and like we love the sport. Rap is not country. It thrives on competition. That's where this shit is born from. Like I rap better than you. I get more girls than you. I do this more. You know what I mean? I got better clothes than you. Like that's the culture. So niggas all, that shit was pissing me off. It's like, bro, let niggas rap. If niggas want to rap, if don't nothing come from their career of it, oh well. Like sometimes sometimes it's about the passion.
And not only that, let's speak on the fact that a nigga thinking that he better than you, but you're in a greater position than he or she is, coming at you with like any type of static. That will inspire you to be the best you, because now we brought this shit to the public. Whatever you were feeling behind closed doors, you'd have brought that shit to the forefront. I know you not fucking with me at all. Like, and they know you not fucking with me. But since it's about rap and we finna rap, I'm finna out rap you and actually you like directed towards you, you finna see you not fucking with me. My strategy, my raps, beat selection, fashion. You shot a video for your record too, right?
I had to. Both of them.
Yeah.
I had to.
That's all I'm talking about, bro. Like, from the
We got to
top to the
step on
bottom.
next. Ain't it some 48 laws type shit? Like we go for
Type shit.
we go for the kill.
Type shit. Something I also always respected about you too, like the fact that you execute so well. But to get back to the beef shit, like even the back and forth you had about whoever spoke out about what did this do for your career and them being a spectator, your response to that, because I was focused. I was
locked
looking.
in. Yeah.
I was locked in. I was like, fuck. As much as my rapper ego want to be like, fuck this nigga, like I respect that shit so much, bro. Like for you to be conscious enough to know your response doesn't necessarily have to mean that we beefing now. It's just like I'm informing you, and however you take it. But this is this. What you talking about is some other shit. That shit's so important. I think Kendrick and Drake really kind of set the tone and put that in perspective. But to get back to the kerfuffle we had, because I got thrown in it, like I didn't want to be, obviously, but I got thrown in it. But you in particular, the artist that was coming at you, if we could just speak on artistry, not the type of man he is or whatever he do outside of the artistry, did you personally feel like he wasn't fucking with you for real?
Of course not.
And why was that? Was there any like?
You talking about like as a rapper? Like, do I think he was fucking with me?
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like I don't know what you want me to. I feel like I'm a better.
I'm asking that because sometimes, like, I'll use us for an example, right? I don't necessarily. Okay, your flow, the way you deliver your raps, I will give you is better than mine, right? I feel like my approach is more, let me talk to him, put a couple of eyes in there, pop my shit, yada yada. But you more straight to the point than I am. I'll say that, right? With that being so, your social media presence again, and the fact that your visuals are as good as they are, like, damn, I just lost my point.
Look, put it this way. I'll say this. It was one of those things where, like, because what started it, he had like said some shit like a whole year or so before that. He kind of dropped a line, right? And I'm not I'm a friendly guy. Like, I'm not a beef type of person. I don't really like be dissing niggas just to do it. So he did it, and I ain't really think nothing of it. Niggas was sending me the record. I was like, I ain't really care. It wasn't that deep to me. It wasn't until he kind of like stood on it like a year later, like on some like yeah, I said this, and now the rapper ego of me, I was like, okay, I'm not just gonna, you ain't just gonna like like stand on some shit like I'm chump now. Like, hold on a second,
Yeah.
And I felt like it was good too, like you said, it was good. It was a good community type of thing, like seeing like who was really like wanted to get in the ring type shit, right? And
I can't remember who. I want to say it was J.O.H. Right? Which who I fuck with 100%. For the record, I could go back a few years. I told him to drop his beat tape on his birthday that year because it was like, it was either he was turning 23 or 24. It was something to have to do with either Jordan or Kobe. I couldn't remember if it was his Kobe year or Jordan year. But he had tweeted about it, and I was like, nigga, drop that tape. Like, do that shit, my nigga, because, like, I fuck with your beats, because I always tell you I fuck with that, I never remember the name of it, but I fuck with that record you dropped on SoundCloud with the animation art. It was like a lobster or whatever.
Didn't know he had an issue.
Love that record to this day.
Yeah, J.O.H. Yep.
Yeah, J.O.H. I know, nigga. I pay attention.
Bro, speaking
here,
of that, somebody thought that was about them. That's another thing with like being a rapper, bro. Like, people would think that you coming at them, or like, have you ever had that? Any of y'all had that issue before? Like,
hell nah.
You ain't had that? Like, that shit is so weird, bro.
Diamond, what about you? Do you feel like when bitches be posting like, when bitches be posting like, When bitches be posting like they braids and shit, do you feel like they be coming for like your
Oh my
braids?
god.
No, Chris, I don't feel like
Oh,
that.
you should. Because
I
I
don't.
feel like that shit
Because they
exists.
not.
They're not
It
fucking with
might,
you.
But you can probably
they don't
attest,
have to.
Diamond, to like people or other women kind of like having like imaginary competition with you and shit like
Oh
that.
yeah, 100%.
So like they'll take
Yeah.
something that you said and like apply it to them, and you're like,
Yeah.
you're
That
not,
just
you're
happened
not
to me
that,
and
im-
Dom
you're really not that
recently.
To
important
me,
in my
it's
life.
like
You know?
if the shoe fit,
Yeah,
lace
wear
that
that.
motherfucker up.
Yeah.
That just actually happened to me and Dom recently. A couple of women.
A couple, okay.
Yeah, no, for sure.
few.
Thanks. That you
Yeah,
know,
they're
if
few.
me and Dom we doing the podcast together, or I post her on my story, I'm subject to getting some type of remark about what was happening or what was said. It's fucking crazy. Like
I feel like you put yourself in that position though, huh?
sometimes I do because I like, but I don't ever want anybody because it's crazy. It's honesty hour. I don't use Diamond for that. You feel me? Like our relationship run deep. We laughed, cried, experienced death together. Like we'd have been through it all, right? So the nature of our relationship between her and I we understand that shit. We good, we solid. But the people that might know our history or just feel like
think they know the history. All they know is what the title was at once upon a time,
right type
and
shit.
they take and they run with that, and that's the only thing they go off of.
It's going crazy too, Tev. It be going crazy. Like it goes so stupid. Like I got blocked off of shit. Like people letting me know I blocked you because of this type shit. And it's just like, God damn, bro. I wish I knew I wish I knew you still had feelings about it, nigga, because I would have acted on it. I'm a bachelor out here, you feel me? Like, I'm not reserved, but
Gross.
that's neither.
Gross. Disgusting bachelor life.
But
Yeah.
Dalton would only have like me and him. Like this would probably be like, y'all niggas, y'all be together too much. What y'all doing? But you and Romy are
It's my dog.
perception wise, y'all are tied at the hip.
It's my dog.
So
yeah.
like as far as like her hosting the vibes, you might not always be on the ticket for the vibes, but like obviously you're going to be there because you're supporting your friend. Do you feel like you've ever gotten any attention because of y'all's relationship and that inner circle thing that might be perceived?
No, not on that way, because I mean, she used to date one of the homies, so like, yeah, it was
my dog as well.
So
even
like
though,
it was even we ain't gotta go there, but
yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
Did
but
you know about that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, then you don't know. If you don't know,
Okay.
you don't know.
We'll talk.
Yeah,
But yeah, so like, yeah, that's never been an issue with people. And then people have seen like me and before my wife was my wife, like when she'd be outside a little bit more, so she'd be out at some of the events and shit. But yeah, nobody's ever like pressed me
speak to
about
the other side of it. If they are aware that you and Romy are like best friends, BFFs, does that interfere with the business any then? Because of that club that could be perceived. Because I'm not gonna lie, like as far as artists coming from my side of town trying to get on out there in Dallas, that scene, we've expressed to each other that it feels like a boys club. Like
I'm always curious about that, because like
if you didn't go to UNT or
well, Romy didn't go to UNT. I met her out here.
Ted. I didn't know that. But I'm just saying, like, the perception y'all been, and when I say y'all, I always package
like me, Bando, Devin,
you, Brandon, and Dev together. I've always done that. But Romy, I kind of met outside of y'all, so it's like once I saw her like rolling thick with y'all, I was like, oh, this is a clique. Like, this is what it is. I personally can say that I've only been to one Vibes, and I've never seen her recycle artists. You feel me?
Right.
The last one, the only one I went to, Bando was in town. Brandon, I don't call that nigga Bando. Brandon was in town. We just did the pod. I went with him to Vibes, and Debbie Stones, I wouldn't say he closed it out, but he was kind of like the headliner. That was probably like 2 years ago, right, Dalton?
You said it was a Vibes event?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, that was probably that was like it was like the 3rd anniversary of Vibes or 4th anniversary or something like that.
Something
I remember
like
that.
Yeah. But obviously on social media, our local artist scene, there are a lot of people that feel like what y'all do. Well, I don't know how involved you are with Vibes, but like what she does, Romy, feels like a boys club. So like, where you stand at on that type time?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, like, people can't have friends. Like, what's wrong with having people that is like that you're close with? You know what I mean? And like you said, she does a lot of events where like she doesn't recycle. Like, I may be on the bill a few times, and Debbie might be on a few times, but like she's always has new artists on there. And she started doing like that whole like the open gym thing on Wednesdays, where the whole point of it is supposed to like be open mics and whole new artists type of thing. So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's an ego thing too with artists. They feel like, yo, I rap like I'm supposed to be. Why aren't y'all checking for me too? And like,
Type
bro,
shit.
do your like
shit.
in 2013, 2014. I wasn't on bills and shit like that. I was just coming out and seeing what M saw and fucking ADD and who else was Brain Gang and all them like
Topic.
what Topic what they were doing. I didn't was like, hey, why aren't they?
I know a lot of
putting me
niggas
on?
don't. I know a lot of niggas don't like or respect Jesse Porter, but he definitely gave me and my Arlington niggas our first look in Dallas at the Coffee Music Hub. So
It's one of those things, bro. Like if you do enough, and if you're good, and if you show support to other people, like that, it's gonna like eventually you know like people just be wanting just immediate like, yo, why am I not this and that? Like, bro, first of all, what's wrong with me with having clicks? Like these are my people. Like, why do I got to be friends with every fucking body? Like, I'm not friends with all y'all.
It's that FOMO. It's that FOMO shit. Like fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Even though the artist can actually buy a ticket,
you can
show
come
up to the event.
That's the thing. And Romy would be pissed
it.
off at that too, because she said she'll get a lot of DMs from people who be like, yo, put me on the show, put me on it. And I'm like, bro, you've never came to a Vibes event. Like, you don't even support my shit. But you want
to clip this up for me. I'm sorry. Romy, put me on the bill. I'm going to come do spoken word at the next Vibes. You feel me?
I'm going to go to the open mic.
Type shit. I want to do, but I want to do it at the Vibes. Like, I want to be thrown, you know what I'm saying? I want niggas to be like that Chris Brown and Kanye moment. Like, why is this nigga ranting on stage for 25 minutes?
Wait a second. Before we continue down this road, what is Vibes?
Vibes is called Vibes Texas. So Romy Ray puts on these events. They're like, they're music events. Like, she'll have showcases, but it's also like she'll have a lot of vendors. Like, people might be selling nails. Somebody might be selling some weed. Somebody selling some food. It's just like
T-shirts.
It's like a
Chris, shut the fuck up.
It's just an artistic space, you know, for a lot of creatives to get together. And
that's what's up. And where's it hosted at? And
she'll do it.
Often?
Yeah, she'll do it at different places. She was doing a monthly. I think her next one is in like September or something. I don't think she's announced the date yet. And sometimes she'll do what's called Per Season, which is like an all women's type of event. I think that shit's cool too. So, I mean, obviously guys can come and shit, but it's like all women, like artists and vendors. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, man. Like, and the whole thing about like the Vibes cultures, like I've met so many, like Kris was saying, like a lot of us come from UNT, not Romy, but like a lot of people I've known from UNT. But then after that, like in the Dallas scene, I've met a lot of people just through Vibes Texas, just going to the event, you know, and I just, you know, shit like that's just really important, you know, just having like a space where people you ain't got to worry about people getting shot, getting beat up and shit like that. Like, you just come and kick it. You know, if you wanted to listen to music and you find new artists, you can. If you want to just come and like just chill, find your next little fling, whatever, you can do that. You want to come and eat, you can do that. Like, it's, you know, cool vibes.
That's dope.
The Vibes I went to was dope. I definitely supported. I bought some merch from you. that I ended up wearing the next day. I saw you. This was,
Yeah.
I don't know if that was. I think in my mind I knew Ted's probably going to be here because it was for doubling up Kwame's video.
Ooh.
Which one?
But shit, the
One of them.
You finna baby
Kwame's video.
No, it was. I mean, Kwame. We was at the basketball court, and then we ended up.
Oh.
Yeah, when Brandon came that time to buy.
Oh.
Don't make
Fuck,
me
what
out to
was
be.
that?
I got the COTY tee. I gave that to my ex.
And then
the
you have
hat
the
got
In
worn
Love with
all
My
the way
Mistress. Yeah.
Yeah,
Your ex is out here with a COTY tee?
For sure.
Is that what you?
For sure. You're welcome.
Nice.
For sure. But let's get off of the scene right quick because I do have a question I want to ask. Y'all all seem to be intellectual beings and shit like that, right? So Tev, I don't know if you know this about me, but I work at a thrift. I'm a manager at a thrift.
Okay.
All right. So, I'm recovering.
Y'all got that shit? Like I can come through and get some fly shit? Like I got that shit?
Well, I mean,
no.
Yeah, no, hell
They
yeah.
have some hidden gems.
Okay.
I done got Off-White. I done got Rare Polo. I done got some Jordans that they're actually about to re-release. So I got the original release back here.
See, what he's saying, Tev, is that he steals it before you could get there.
Whoa.
So I'm not gonna. I can't get the fly shit. Then you take it all.
Well, if you just text me your sizes,
Yeah.
I got the Emmitt Smith jersey over
36.
here right now. In the waist, I know that.
36, yeah.
What about the top?
A little baggy, a little XL.
What about the shoes? Because I'm telling you, like
12s.
I could grab some shit over here right now. I'd have
Get
got
some
from
fire
my
12.
job.
Yeah.
I got you. 12 is crazy. But speaking of shoes,
Yo.
I was recovering the store, right? I picked up a shoe, it fell in between the racks, got it. Couldn't find a match for it. So y'all know me, genius level thinking. I'm like, damn, I wonder if amputees get discounts on shoes for real. Right? Because
This is sick.
if not, let me preface this conversation by saying, if they don't, they should. Because peep, we entering these raffles, we paying like $250 for a pair of Jordans. A pair. A pair is the word, right? That's the bottom. If a nigga only got one leg, one foot, what he buying a pair for? You can put the other one on ice for sure. You could.
Where you gonna put the other one? You got to sell the other one. So now you got one shoe. Where you gonna set out?
They should get half off.
So now you got to wait for another amputee to come.
Some shoe lines do give half off for amputees.
Oh, they do for real.
Okay. So
Yeah.
like,
And then, Chris, another thing you have to realize is people who are amputees also have prosthetics.
And they put the
so
shoe on the
they are
prosthetic.
going to
They're
still,
still gonna rock the
they're going to
shit.
still
Yeah,
need
yeah.
two shoes.
okay, well, RIP to my granddaddy. He was out here with he just had nubs. So
But okay. But
like,
so
rest in peace
Diamond.
to Albert Patterson. You feel me?
So
Hard-working
Diamond.
man, loving man. You feel me?
So these companies that will give it to half off. They're not just giving them one shoe though. They give them both, right?
The half
Uh-huh.
off? No. Okay, so like Birkenstocks, you can buy just one
You
shoe.
can buy just one shoe,
And yeah.
Birkenstock.
And
Shout out
they
to
have
Birkenstocks.
them. Yeah.
and they just save
It is
the
certain-
other one for.
A person
You know
when
what?
somebody
I really
comes.
don't know I don't know the science behind it. They might not even make the other shoe. Like they probably make
Custom. Okay.
all right shoes and all like
I'm making a pair
this how
because Pete, if you only got a left leg and only got a right leg, you wear the same size, they gonna need that. That's
guess
burning more
true.
money to create.
I don't see Nike giving a fuck, honestly, but
That's the ultimate
won't,
problem,
yeah.
bro.
Nike's like y'all gonna buy these two shoes and y'all gonna show.
I mean, because
because
they have like amputee athletes like on their payroll, so like I don't even like, but
I just
I
feel
don't-
like
I don't
that's
know if they
cruel
get
and
half off.
unusual punishment for real. I feel like every.
But if it's a
No, go ahead. What did you feel say?
nah,
Because I'm finna go off into to some bullshit.
you already
Go
on
ahead.
some bullshit. We talking
I'm
about amputees right now.
But that's a real thought I had. That wasn't provoked
That's
by
crazy.
something else I heard or whatever. I literally picked up one shoe, couldn't
And we're
find the
like,
match,
man,
and my mind.
And that's
went
where you
to,
went. That's
Where else you
your
supposed to
train
go
of
if you-
thought.
Nah, my
You could
shit
be like,
crazy.
"Where's the other shoe?" That could have been the second thought.
that's where your mind should have went. Like a normal and like an actual intellectual.
I would have been like, oh, did
That's
someone
what-
only donate one
but see,
shoe?
me, a nigga like me, I'm always thinking about the next man. You know what I'm saying? How to make the next man's experience from mine, how difficult it may be, better. You feel me? That's my goal. in
Find the
life, I
other
feel
shoe for
like.
him then. You
Well, it was
make
a
his life.
woman's like heel or something, so we couldn't find that. Tev, let me ask you another question while we're here. As a matter of fact, all y'all, Dalton specifically, Domin, I don't really know where you
Me,
go fit in on this. Has the opposite sex hit on y'all? And
Yes.
if they have, how did y'all address it? Like,
what do you mean?
Huh?
Like,
Just
like,
like-
how do you?
Yeah,
And
why wouldn't I be able to answer this? I'm a
you mean
nigga.
why?
I am a male.
Well,
you
the
mean,
opposite
like,
sex hitting on the
You
opposite
mean like
sex
while we were married or like before we were married?
at any time in your life.
Oh,
Like, how
just
did
any?
you?
Oh, okay.
How do y'all? Because I had a tranny try to shoot at me.
can you say
Okay.
that?
I feel like
Can you,
is
can you put,
tranny?
a transgender
that's what I
person.
think you're supposed to say.
Sorry, fuck. Oh, we finna get canceled.
It's a wrap. It's been real and it's been fun, y'all.
All right, so we might as well finish this out and then make it worthwhile. So a person that transitioned, right, hit on me in my job, full throttle, right, and I was just like, at first I couldn't tell because I saw it from the back and I was like, yeah, they got the ass on. I was like, yeah. Held up, I was like, yeah, damn, what's going on right there? You really? But
You would be in
Yeah.
trouble in Atlanta, brother.
You'd be in a world of
yeah. I don't go out, so I don't really
Yeah.
see what's the new haps. But I'm asking y'all
That nigga Chris would fit right
because
in.
I mean I had to still be professional and help her with what because she was asking me some wild shit like some wild
Chris,
shit.
I'm gonna let you know this is not the question you asked us. You,
I
Yeah,
said,
no.
That's true.
Not at
That's
all.
true.
you
But all
just
I'm
said
saying
though.
is,
Have you
at the
been
opposite
hit
sex,
on?
By the opposite sex, and how did y'all handle that? Because I'm telling y'all, I didn't handle that. I had to handle it.
Well, I would
professionally,
handle
but-
that differently than just getting hit on
Chris.
by, you know.
Yeah.
Would you?
well,
I think
Chris,
what's
I
up?
have a question for you,
All right,
CT.
what's up?
You do realize that the opposite sex
Mhm.
for y'all
It's men.
is a woman.
Damn.
Have you been hit on by the same sex?
That's what I meant. You know what I meant. Dominic, don't do that.
No, we didn't know what you
So
meant.
that's what you
we
meant.
were all
Okay, now
Wait,
it's
y'all-
we're thinking
now it's clear
because you said
you definitely
Yeah.
just said like has a woman
I'm
hit
drunk,
on you
bro.
pretty much. So I was like,
Because I was like,
I mean,
I'm drunk.
I
That
was like,
don't
my
need to
wife
say
hit
while
on
I
me.
was married. Yeah.
I was like, my
I'm
wife
sorry,
was hit
y'all.
on.
that's what. Yeah,
My bad. That was my bad. It's the gentleman Jack. I'm sorry.
Oh, so like the same sex hit on it.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
yeah, that's happened. I remember that
Yes.
I was in college and this was probably my freshman year, and you know niggas went to go eat at late night in the cafeteria, and bro came and sat over by us, and you know he had a little ice cream and was like licking it and kind of looking at me. I was like, yo, this is
Oh, okay. You came on strong.
yeah. He can't like niggas be having no type of shame.
Yeah.
that was
It was
bold.
very bold, and
I will say, gay
yeah.
dudes are pretty bold. Like they gonna test the water.
What I
They
thought.
just be trying to see.
Huh?
What I thought that she said niggas be trying to see.
Yeah, because sometimes I gotta test the water with bitches. Like I gotta like hint at, like trying to figure out, are you gay?
Here's the thing,
I
though.
think all women gay low key.
Yeah, that's what I was.
No. All women are nasty. Not
Yeah,
all bitches
okay.
are gay.
Okay.
But I was gonna say, like, the thing with the woman thing though is like a girl. Like if a girl is like having fun or drinking or whatever, like she could not be gay, but she'll like kiss your ass and then just go
Yeah.
about her day.
Yeah.
Like the moment that a guy does that, it's a wrap.
it's a wrap.
It's a
Yeah,
wrap.
like our
Oh, yeah.
whole
That's crazy.
shit go.
Y'all
We're
are
cooked.
You're gay for the rest of your
y'all are
life.
literally saying the theory I had a homie say like back in high school. He was like, "Yo, are women gay? Because what's the first thing they do when they start drinking?
They go on to kiss and
Kissing, rubbing, touching, all
grab
that."
and yeah, type shit.
They just go on about that.
I was like, my 17-year-old, I was like,
you true?
you might have a point there. You might have a
Yeah.
point.
Yeah,
I've seen it
did.
too many times.
I think the dating scene in general right now and for the last few years have been solely based off of social media and
Oh.
what social media deems to be acceptable, not acceptable, the boundaries we could push. If you are what they call a traditional man, where like you know, you work, you bring home the bacon, the wife, blah, blah, blah. You lead the household, all that shit. I see the rise in like people turning against that in certain sense. But I honestly do feel like that's when love was love for real. Like y'all two being married. Like I asked Dalton this before more than once. Like, when did you know? How did you know Shelby was going to be the one and you was ready to lock that down? So I want to ask that for you too. As far, because y'all are both young men. Y'all are striping young men. They don't even say that no more. So voice for me. You feel me? You know, if the friend group, if we was in a friend group, I feel like we, you know, us three, we get the most action. You know what I'm saying? Me more than y'all.
Okay.
But in today's time, settling down, being with one woman, and having these options, like, how did y'all know that this was what it was for y'all? And like, how did y'all know? Let me stop there. How did y'all know? It was time. It was it. Y'all being young, with y'all's whole life ahead of y'all. Y'all both being in entertainment and
keep
shit
exaggerating that part.
Yeah, because I got to let y'all know. It's real out here.
I mean, I can say for myself, so I've known my wife since we was in high school, but we weren't really talking like that then. It wasn't until we ended up, by the grace of God, going to the same college together. And that's kind of when we started, you know, kicking it on that level. So I think like it being so natural, like I've never had to like try to game her. Like I didn't try to pull her. It was just a natural friendship, you know, that grew into something more very naturally. And I didn't have that with anybody else. Like not to say I didn't have, you know, women that were friends, but if we had any type of relations, it probably started from me trying to get at her or her trying to get at me or something like that. But the way this went so naturally, it was like soulmate type shit, you know? And then, but what really did it, and this is why I don't fuck with them edibles no more, Diamond. So this was 2020, going into 2020, the New Year's, and I had like a cookie, only ate like a third of it. And we got to the function. Man, that shit smacked me so hard. You ever had one of them edibles and you feel like you in like Avatar hell or something like that? Like,
Purgatory, yeah.
Bruh. Like
Avatar
everybody felt like, I've never done shrooms, but it felt like what people say about shrooms, like how you can feel people's energies. I felt that shit extreme. Like it was just mad, like debauchery energy around. Like I could see people, they were smiling. It was like demonic smile. This shit was so weird. I wanted to get the fuck. But she was with me, and like she was the only like source of like peace I had that night. You know, like there was one time I wanted to leave and walk, just like I was like, hey, like let's just go walk. Like let's get out of here. Let's just go walk. And I was thinking in my head, like if she's down, if she come with me, she the one. Like she ain't gonna, if she don't ask no questions, just come with me. And she did that. She's like, all right, cool. Like I'll go with you. And that shit made the night. I mean, the night still feel like hell, but like she made it. Yeah. She was like the angel in it. You know what I mean?
You had her to go through that.
And bro, I don't know how I would have made it out of that night.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. I think I've done edibles one time after that, some moon rocks, and that shit smacked me too. And I ain't really done that shit no more. So
I almost killed me and my dad and my nephew on moon rocks, bro.
See, what?
Almost flipped that F-150 over on the highway, nigga. I don't know if you know like the running joke. I don't drive.
I do. I have heard that.
It's not a joke.
I was about to say
it's the running fact.
I do remember you saying that.
We make fun of you for it. You are the joke, but you not being able to drive is a fact.
All right. Well, to me, it's a running joke. So I took an Adderall on the way there. It was the day after Thanksgiving or Christmas. I think it was the day after Christmas. We had a relative that passed, and his funeral was the next day. So like I took an Adderall on the way there, and you know, maybe you don't. I don't know, but anyways, Adderall make you feel like you can conquer the world. So on the way driving down, I told my pops like, "Hey, I'll drop back, nigga. Don't even worry about it." Because I had another Adderall to pop on the way back. So I was like, "Nigga, I'm finna get us home." Go to the funeral, beautiful service. Rest in peace to Uncle Mike. We and I went back to the house. Now we FaceTime my nephew. My nephew was here, right? Cousin came to the other cousin's house I was staying at. They had the moon rock. Tev, all I did was I waited till they was done rolling up. I put it in my mouth. I lit it for them. That was it. Just to show out. I've been drinking all day after the funeral. We having a good time reminiscing. I just lit it up, hit that hole one time. Nigga, I went in that back, cold sweats, room spinning, just all out of character, bruh. Like, they came in there and started fucking with me, like, oh, Kris, you can't, da-da-da-da-da. I get on the road. Now, my dad is like, you said you gonna do it type shit. I couldn't tell him, like, I just hit the moon rock. It's gonna be too much investigation into that. So I was just like, yeah, I'll drive. So he started us off. He got us over the bridge, the Mississippi Bridge. We on the highway. About 9 o'clock in the morning. No cars on the road. I hop on. Get off the shoulder. He was like, all right now, son, you got to be going 70 miles an hour when you get on this highway. I said, all right, Pops, I'm cool. I'm going 70. He was like, no, you ain't. I said, what the fuck? This nigga can feel it? Like, how the fuck you know you're going 70 miles an hour? He didn't look nothing. So I'm down here looking at the gauge like, nah, nigga, I'm going 70. I look up and I'm bearing off to the shoulder. I panic, jerk the truck. Shit start doing this here. I'm like, oh shit, nigga. Pulled over. Like, nah, you got it the rest of the way. We stopped at a rest stop. Called Khalil. I might have called Dalton. I don't remember. Definitely called Khalil. Let me a Newport. This is why I was still smoking. I was like, bro, I'm out of it. Never driving again. I have drove
how
since,
old?
but
How old were you?
this was recent. This was
This was like
pandemic, around the pandemic.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah,
It was-
maybe two Christmases ago, man. Yeah, almost took us all out, man.
I mean, maybe you could try like driving sober.
I've done that. I've done that. I've drove to my job and I've drove home from my job,
And that went well.
which is 8 minutes away. I made it. We made it. I'm here. It was cool,
Because
but
it don't sound like you're not a bad driver, right? You was on
I don't know.
Adderall
I
and
don't know
moon rock.
because I never really put it to the test. If I would have flipped that truck over, I swear to God, and we all live by the grace of God, cars forget about it. Like I wouldn't even. No, it's over with. It's over with. Over with.
Man,
Done.
see these people ask me why I don't do drugs. These stories made me never want to do shit.
man.
Fuck no.
Which you shouldn't.
I have never been high, so I don't want to be high ever. Like
Drugs
Regular
are
weed
very
is
bad.
cool. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I've heard my
moon
wife-
rock. Like if you're trying to have a crazy night, then
No,
Cancel
I ain't.
Christmas.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Cancel Christmas. Do you create under the influence? I ain't gonna hold you, Tev.
for sure.
Now I'm finna really let you know some shit right now. I'm
Oh my
drunk
God.
as
Let's go.
fuck.
Honesty hour. Let's go.
During the pandemic is when you put out the album.
No worries. This is fine.
That's the like kind of, I ain't gonna say cartoonish, but like animation.
Yeah, it was like a drawing for the cover art.
Yeah. At that time, like I was heavy into Griselda. I was like, we getting these raps off, we putting these bars together. And you, during that time, because we were either like at the tail end of the pandemic at that time, or we were like coming up out it. But like you were so polar opposite of what I felt. Like the aggression, just wanted to rap, whatever. Like you still treated music like, I won't say a business, but you treated it was a craft. It was a craft. I never ever was like, I don't like this guy. Like when it came to you, I never felt that way. Always felt like, without you knowing, just my own internal battle, the rapper ego. I always felt like Magneto, Professor X with you. Like
I
in my
do not
own-
watch Marvel, so I don't know the reference. Or is
Okay,
that
I don't
DC?
know.
I don't know.
That's Marvel.
No, it's X-Men.
Okay. I
What's
don't know the
another
reference.
Don? What's another reference I could give him that's like Malcolm and Martin?
You Martin?
100%.
I want to be Malcolm. Okay.
Wait, no.
I've
Fuck,
been
I
watching
fucked up
Malcolm.
again 'cause
I've
I'm
been
drunk.
watching Malcolm interviews, so I'd rather be Malcolm.
You are Martin in my mind. I might
Fuck,
be Martin in
okay.
yours, but in mine I was just like, everything to me on the outside looking in, everything just worked for you. Like, I didn't even see you really build up an audience for real. Because we on Twitter every day. I'm on Twitter every single day just to keep up with other podcasts or what's happening in music, what someone's promoting, whatever. Like, what's the messy story for the day? I'm on Twitter. So, like, me watching you from the time you came to me and Dawn's apartment and you were supposed to shoot that, like, behind the scenes, like, how this beat was made thing, on to, like, present day, I was just like, this is a nigga I got to keep my eye on because it's something about you that I don't possess that I wish that I had. Don't really know what that is.
You know what's interesting about that is perspective is a motherfucker. Because
it is.
Like, I wouldn't say like I got a big audience like that. Like, I got a few, you know, I got a support system or whatever. But like, you know, me and the homie be daily trying to figure out what to do. Like, do we need to get more involved in TikTok type shit? Like, we be trying to figure out what it is that we need to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We love a humble king.
Yeah.
He being super humble.
And, well, I mean, I'm humble, but in the same, like, I still got to work. Like, my wife still got to get a job and shit like that. So, like, I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not traveling, selling out shows and shit like that. So,
well, every time I see you promote a show or an album or a video you shot, it's, to me, pristine. So it's like the way it's supposed to be. And I always see, like, you know, you got retweets, you got you get really good engagement. That's why, to refer back to what I said earlier, like, you understand the algorithm. Maybe you don't even realize, like,
I don't feel like I do.
You doing what you're doing, but a nigga who's paying attention and seeing what you're doing, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I think out of the crew for real that I group you in with, like, obviously Brandon's where he is and Doe is where he is. I think Doe is social media prepped. Like, he might be, like, out of y'all three, he's the best person on social media to me. Because he don't, from what I see, he don't take himself too seriously. He'll laugh at himself. He'll promote. He'll be like, oh, I even before we just started shooting the pod, he sent me a DM of the Lego Jordan 4. I don't know if y'all saw that. It looks dope as fuck. But I was like, man, that shit finna be like $350. That nigga was like, man, I'm finna steal from the PTA to get this shit. Like, he's able to, like, he's able to, I don't know what I'm looking for. Get in the thick
not
of
take
it
yourself
type
too
shit.
seriously. Yeah, I feel that.
But as far as you, I feel like if I guess my mind feels like you're more professional than.
Damn, I gotta go say some wild shit on Twitter then. Now I gotta shake the streets up.
Even, like, yeah, you do. You probably do. But even when I sent you the record, I was just like, damn, I don't even know how to, like, get this to him in a way where he would take it seriously. Like, I feel like you don't. Again, my perception, the DMs and MP3 and text, the wave, the MP3 file or whatever. Like, I just don't. You don't give that off, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I actually think that persona actually keeps a lot of bullshit away from you.
What persona? What you talking about?
Like, you're a professional for real.
Oh,
like, if I come
okay.
to Tev, I gotta have the. If I want Tev to shoot a video, I gotta have the treatment. I gotta know where I want to shoot. Like, I gotta know how everything's gonna go. Like, everything. Oh, you have to have all your ducks in a row when they're approaching you.
That's how it should be in general. Like, you know, like,
I mean,
you well, it depends, because some artists are like, yo, I just gotta have an idea and I need you to, like, creative direct and come up with all the concept. I don't like doing that. That's really why I stopped shooting music videos for other people, because, like, I don't care to, like, put that much effort in trying to figure out somebody else's vision, because I'm trying to do this shit myself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I used to do it a lot more back in, 2021, 2022. I just got, I got burnt out a little bit. I was like, nah, I got to save the sauce for myself, man. As far as when it comes to, like, shooting music videos and shit for people. But yeah, I do think, like, we should. I was just watching Joe Budden talk about some shit earlier today, and, like, how, like, the depth of, like, A&Rs. Like, we kind of, as artists, got to be your own A&R. Like, there's no artist development in the same way. So like you
Yeah.
kind of have to come with your branding, with your like what you want to do, because ain't nobody, if you're trying to get signed to a label, like they don't want to sign you until they see like, oh, you got some shit figured out. Even if you figured it
get
out
this shit on your
accidentally
own.
and you went
Right.
viral accidentally, like, okay, we can take this and do something with it. Or if you have like, you trying to get with Empire or whatever, you're trying to do the indie like partnership route, Larry June type shit, like, okay, like let's see that you have an idea of like what your branding stands for. And I just think as an artist, like in this day and age, like you have to have that. Like you have to know what you're trying to do. Even if it's easier too for like when you're trying to build a team, because then it's easier to like explain your vision to people, you know? And that's what I'm trying to learn now, because like, you know, I do a lot of shit like myself sometimes, but it'd be tough. So like I do need help from like the Romies or like whoever, but like in order for them to really like help you out, you have to be able to like verbalize what it is you
Yeah.
need them to do. And
What was you finna say, Dalton?
yeah.
Hmm?
I think you
was
just
finna
said,
say
yeah.
something. Nah, he had a thought.
Oh yeah, I did. I was just it was like back to the when we were talking about the social media thing. I was just like, there's three people I always wait, because my favorite thing about Tev online is his responses. So like him and Donnie are two people I love to watch responses. And then I like Mecca's responses because they're always random as fuck. Like
Shout out
you
to
don't
Mecca,
know
man.
where
Shout out Mecca.
Mecca's gonna go with anything.
Shout out to
So
Mecca.
like when he drops something, I'm like, oh, he probably said some nut shit, and it always is. But then like, and then Donnie's like, you know, he triggers people, like the way he just responds. He'll be like, nah, you dumb.
That's
like,
his superpower.
Yeah. And then Tev will just be like he'll be like professional, but he's basically saying like, per my last email, shut the fuck up, like type of shit.
Nonchalant type shit.
Yeah, because like most of the time it's like someone will say something, he's like, this point doesn't make sense. Like it's like he's like the Tim Duncan of like the social media.
Yeah, I be on my old man yells at the cloud type shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I gotta stop doing that, because niggas just be pissing me off. I just hate how
Just
people
fair.
think a lot of times.
and that's the thing. I'm like, oh, he didn't like that, because that's what I'm saying. Those are the three people I like when I see the respond. I just want to see them respond to shit. Because I know, and I know Donnie's gonna hate something. Like if everybody loves something, I'm like, here, Donnie's gonna write a scathing review in a minute because everybody loves this.
3,000%. Donnie,
Yeah.
you met Donnie when we went and did How Far. That's whose studio we went to when we was all in the spot.
Oh, okay. I don't
I think I
remember.
remember. But interesting enough, though, as far as responses and how you articulate yourself, I think you and Diamond are like exactly the same way.
Is it me
So
and
y'all
Donnie?
Diamond.
Oh, me and Diamond.
Y'all piss me off in the exact same way.
Are you saying me and, or are you saying Dalton
Yeah,
and
you
Diamond?
and Diamond. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I know. Yeah, you and Diamond. Like, I was trying to point at both of y'all. Y'all piss me off because it's more. What I'm learning as an adult and trying to mature more and more each day is rarely what like the other person does. It's all about how you receive it. So like if Tev says something or does something where the old me would have like scathed at it or whatever, today I'm just like, don't take it so personal. Like he's not thinking about you. He's not attacking you. This is just their perspective, and they're able, and when I say they, I mean y'all two in particular, y'all are able to convey y'all's point in such a way that the person who's receiving it feels dumb as fuck. I don't think y'all realize that, bro.
As they should.
I realize
How,
it.
how small y'all
1,000%.
I was like, no,
motherfuckers feel.
I did it on purpose.
Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Piss break? What's going
I don't
on?
know what happened.
What's-
I gotta
Oh,
see the
no.
ugly ass couch though. I know that.
It's a beautiful couch.
Oh my god.
Okay, so Tev, you have. So I know you dropped your one. It was in February of this year, right? Your last-
No. What? Oh yeah. I did drop. I dropped a project with Pat Ron. Yeah, I think that was February.
Something about
Damn, that was in
Part two.
February.
Yeah, this is
This is
not a
part
part two. Yeah,
Yeah.
So do you have something new coming out, right?
I do. I do have an album coming out, but my next quote unquote the next thing I'm doing is I'm hosting on October. This is the first time I'm announcing it, but I'm putting on I dropped a project in 2019 called COTY, and COTY stands for Coach of the Year. So that was like my second project I ever put out, and that's kind of what took me to quote unquote another level locally. Like it kind of and it really established like myself as a brand, because like I was putting together like the whole coach package and whatever. So like anyways, yeah, so I'm doing a reunion, or not a reunion, an anniversary show on October 12th for it.
COTY.
Yeah, for COTY. So I got vinyls and shit. So yeah, we're doing it at Double
shit.
Wide.
At where?
Double Wide. It's like around the corner from it's around the corner from Deep Ellum. But yeah, so Saturday, October 12th. So that's the next thing that's kind of like that's big on my schedule. Yeah.
You got some records though? That's tight.
Yeah, I got some vinyls finally, bro. Like I've been wanting I've been
lit.
wanting to do that for the longest,
Lit.
but vinyls are expensive as shit.
Hell
Very
yeah,
much.
and they have high ass minimums. Like you got to order.
You got to get
like
like 100. Like that was the minimum I had to get was 100. So, but yeah, so like I finally pressed the button on that, and I'm kind of excited.
Okay.
So
that means I can listen to Mini Cap on vinyl.
you
bro.
got a record player?
Yeah.
There you go. See, I got to get a record player now, so I have to go to Josie's Records.
So you can listen
I
to
have
your
to, I have to
shit.
go to Josie's. They send me like the test pressings or whatever. I have to go to fucking Josie Records just so I can listen to it.
You gotta go to the Josie record store.
Yeah.
Nah, I got the Sony joint I got is it's pretty inexpensive in it, and you can pair headphones to it. You can listen to wireless.
What's inexpensive?
It's like $149.
Okay. Yeah, I need to get one. It's time. I gotta get on my.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. Anyways.
No, you good.
We don't care.
Yep. I got a question.
No, you don't. No, Chris, you don't get to just walk up and start talking. We was talking.
Oh, what was y'all talking about? Sorry.
I was talking about how my I got the COTY 5-year anniversary show coming up in October. So yeah,
Word.
yeah.
Do you
we
need
talking about vinyls and shit.
Do you need a host or anything, or?
I'm probably not gonna do a host. Roman was asking me about that too. I just kind of wanted to focus on the music, but like I want it to be I'm trying to figure out how to make it like, cause I like mixing like theatrics with the show, so it's not just rap, you know what I mean? Like at have you been to any like the shows that we did with like me and Debbie? Like when we did,
No.
Yeah, we did one. So we did two. We did one at House of Blues in 2022. Then we did one at Ruins in 2021. And like we just add in like layers of like to kind of make it feel like not a play, but like we'll just add in like little. I wouldn't even call them skits, but just thematically, tying shit together. So I'm trying to piece that together for this one. I like giving people a show, so it's not just you listen to me rap. Like I'm gonna give you some good, cool music and shit too, but want to make it entertaining. Bring entertainment back into music shows and not just karaoke's and shit. Niggas rapping over their vocals. Yeah. That shit piss you off when niggas rap over their vocals? Or it's just me?
Oh, absolutely.
I hate that.
Especially as like a former engineer, that pisses me the fuck off. Like I'm like, bro, it's not that hard to not do that.
Some shit I understand, like maybe a Travis show or something where it's just like energy based and we just hear the fucking mosh. But like, where you can just like let the crowd, rock with you. But like, I be trying to hear what niggas is saying, right? Like, you up there rapping, like I can't hear you, bro. You are rapping over your whole track. Like, stop that.
Definitely awful.
I can say day one for me and Dalton's experience, our very first show after we dropped Chris Avelli, it wasn't even a question. Like when because he did the show mix, so like it wasn't even a question that the vocals were going to be there or not. Like if Razil, shout out to Razil, if he was there to do the hook on a particular song, we don't need the backing. But if he's not there, we need it. I think Hove just kind of made that like standard, like we not rapping over our vocals. Like,
I mean, shit, I feel like all the old rappers used to make, like that was the thing to do. I think that's a new age thing.
To like, rap over them?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I feel like that's...
No, you're right. I'm just saying Hove was for...
A lot of punching princes over here, man.
Yeah, so they literally can't rap straight through because they punched in the whole time. That's why I don't think there's nothing wrong with like having... you like a show mix. The show mix ain't gotta just be the instrumental. It could have like some of the hook in it, ad libs, some different, a line or two here. Not the whole shit, nigga. Just uploaded the same shit you put on DSPs, nigga. And it's a karaoke
But
at this point.
it's interesting though, because if you at the rate that we're able to put out music now, and that song literally blowing up overnight, I haven't really seen it in too much ever for real. But Kendrick doing the pop out, him not knowing all the words to like Euphoria
Oh yeah.
was like, as a nigga who do it, like in it for real, it's like, my nigga, he wrote this shit, went in there, laid it down, and it was done. Like, he ain't sit, live with it, listen to it like how we may listen
That
to.
song is long too.
But it is long. He
record.
might have, but it's shit like 5 minutes. And what's crazy about that, like, I didn't even peep that. It wasn't until I got on Twitter and shit the next day when people were saying, pointing out, like, oh, he skipped the line. Like, he's so good of a performer. I didn't even peep the shit. Because I'm going to be honest, bro. I'm going to be honest. Like, I forget. Every time I perform, I'm forgetting a line or two. Like, it's going to happen. But I've just learned, like, you know, niggas, if they don't know every single word of your song, or if they do, like, if you can play this shit off, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't just stop and, like, look around. Like,
Yeah.
then we know, okay, bro, you fucked up. Like, you got to play that shit
I
off.
feel like my dumb ass would stop and look around.
Yeah, Chris
Nah,
probably
you-
would be like,
You would.
At the last show I performed at, it was at where was it at, Dawn, when we were outside? Was that Dot?
we were
Club-
outside.
Yeah, that.
Club Dada.
I performed at Club Dada. I just lit a fucking cigarette. Tev, I know you don't smoke,
Not
but there's a
cigarette shit.
cigarette out here that's called an American Spirit that
Oh,
takes
yeah.
3 days to smoke. Right?
Ridge gave him those.
Rich gave me an American Spirit. I just lit that bitch, and I go on, and I'm like, fuck. So I walk up there with the cigarette because I didn't want to like put it out, and I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but I ended up performing like my first like song with the cigarette
Yeah, he
in
was-
my hand.
I mean, that's kind of
It's
fly.
just fucking. It was. I actually, someone from the audience actually came up to me and was like, "Bro, like that shit was crazy." But, but what happened was, I didn't finish the cigarette on stage. I dropped it on accident, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like in the moment, like I literally like stopped and was like, "Shit." But I did pick it up like very, very quickly or whatever. But anyways, you know, them days for them nigga over. I'm the guy in the chair now. You know what I'm saying? I don't particularly feel like I would put out another project unless somebody. And, you know,
That's
like,
interesting.
just
That's interesting.
inspired.
Why not?
I feel like music and watching this shit, like especially with these younger artists or people who like just now coming out, their approach is so totally different from what I'm used to. Like that blog era made me. Like, I want. If I could speak for Dalton, it made him. Like, obviously we were. I'm saying we were music fans
it did.
before, but that blog era was kind of like the Wild Wild West, but it was still in an artistic way. So
That shit was
like
so tight.
we were watching Kanye heavily, what Currency was doing, what Wiz was doing, Big Sean, Hove at that time. Like, I just feel now there's no real guidance to like how to really do this shit, which is good. Like, you can do it however you want. But I'm like the nigga that's like, okay, if you tell me I can't color outside of these particular lines, you feel me?
I mean,
I'm
that
gonna
sounds
color
like
in the lines, but then I'm gonna go outside of them. Like, I'm gonna add to it what was
that
already
sounds, yeah,
established.
that sounds more like a reason to keep doing it then to me. Like that it's a separation that you ain't, you know what I mean?
Also,
You ain't
though,
following the mode.
Also, though, if you could, which I wouldn't ask you to do, but if you could put yourself into a certain vibe or genre of rap music subcategory, do you listen to that genre a lot, or you tend to stay away from it and like listen to
Good question.
everything around it?
I think I would like to think that honestly, I listen to more like when it comes to rap, I listen to a lot of like alternative rap, I guess, or like abstract, like fucking Earl and Billy Woods and shit like that. and like Bodie James, Griselda.
Yeah.
But I don't really make. My shit is more like not as like rapping over soul loops and just rapping. Like I got a little bit more bounce and shit. Like I can do that too. So I don't know. It's.
So the reason why I asked you that question was because I find myself listening to. Usually, I listen to music more at work than any other time, like to get me through my day. So I'm listening to more like Boss Man D-Lo, which I love, high energy shit, right? But I'll go home.
That nigga's flow is impeccable. By the way,
he's the best.
This nigga's flow is okay.
He's the best right now. I went to Mississippi for my grandma's birthday in February. Get In With Me was like ringing off the same way Trap or Die was ringing off when Jeezy.
That's where he's from?
Dropped.
He from Memphis? Or no, he from Florida though, right?
He from Florida, but I'm from Mississippi. Oh, well, my family's from Mississippi.
Okay.
So I went to go visit Mississippi for my grandmother's birthday. And Jackson in particular, that city, it's, how can I say this politely? Dalton, you know what I'm trying to say, Dominic, anybody. I don't want to say it's ghetto.
Okay.
But like, it's hood as fuck. So
go.
like, I got
I've been to
introduced
Jackson.
Okay, I'll be through there. I'll be through there for real. So like, my first introduction to Jeezy was there, and like, they're living by his words like the same way up here we would, probably whoever. I don't know. You pick, because my favorite rapper has always been Jay-Z, but I was living by his words the same way they were living by Jeezy, but I saw what it did for these niggas and how I felt and all that shit. So that Boss Man D-Lo Get In With Me, that shit was ringing off, bruh. Like, every car, everybody saying the same line. Like Blake Griffin, like all that shit. Like, it was like, it was a part of them for real. So like, I feel like as long as he don't try to like go outside of his box like too much, obviously change up the flow every now and then, which he has recently started to do. As long as he stay in that club, street scene, he gonna be eating for a long time and stay hip to the culture and where it's going. I feel like a lot of niggas get complacent and stay right where it's at. We only wearing off-white, nigga. We not wearing cause. Fuck that. But you got to grow. Like, you got to go where the culture go for real. Right now, he's got culture on a street level, like mainstream street level.
That's interesting. It's a thing I always be thinking about, like from my artistry and just from a consumer standpoint. Like, do y'all like when like your favorite artist is like trying to switch it up, or like, because me personally, certain artists, like, I don't ever really want to change. I come to you for this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want Currency trying to get on trap beats. I want Larry June to always talk about the same shit. I want Bodie James to rap like he do. Like, but I know people be trying to, they be like, oh, you got to grow as an artist. You got to like try to experiment, which I'm not mad at all. But certain artists, please don't experiment.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, because yeah, like Boldy makes sense because like that's just him. Like Larry June would be weird if he wasn't like Larry June. Like, if I saw Larry June start to get like lyrical, spiritual on me, I'd be like, "What are you doing, bro?" Like, I'd be like, "This is weird." But like, if it's like, but then you have an artist like Kendrick, for instance, whose album does not a single one sounds the same, and you're like Kanye, not a single one sounds the same
their sound,
until recently. But Kanye was like amping it up every time, and you're like, bro, what is he gonna throw at me this time? And then he gave you My Beautiful Twisted Fantasy. You're like, holy shit! And then he gave you Yeezus. You're like, what? This was a complete 180. Like, this is crazy. And then some people, Wayne tried it, didn't work too well when he went the rock route.
Rebirth.
She's on fire.
But
that was fire. Yeah.
And Prom Queen.
But I'm saying critically though, it wasn't very. People weren't very happy with that sound from him.
Especially selling 1 million in the first.
Well, because because that was like Wayne was the biggest person in the game. Like you couldn't touch Wayne at that point. Then he was like, you know what? I'm gonna put out a rock album now. And you're like, huh? What happened to the raps, bruh? I mean, I know he was kind of rapping on there, but
how you feel, Domin? Like, I know Domin was the first person to put me on Baby Rose.
oh, she hard, yeah.
That little girl got a voice, Maya Angelou voice. Like
Yeah.
that shit crazy.
Definitely does not look
And
how she sounds.
She
Yeah.
sent me that record when I was like on the brink of like killing myself. Like, you want to send me this right now to listen to? I'm finna go drink a bottle of vodka and go off myself. Nigga, you crazy. But how do you feel about that from your perspective? Because I got my answer. I'm holding it.
For me, I like to see artist development no matter what that means. So like how we talked about artists like sticking to one sound, like sometimes improving or changing doesn't mean that it's like you have to deviate exactly from what it is that you're doing. Like you can still make better songs than like your last project within that same sound. And there's artists like how y'all talked about Kendrick. He doesn't have tapes that sound the same. And Kendrick, one of my favorite artists. Kanye, one of my favorite artists. They don't have tapes that sound the same. But I like that from them because that's what their sound is.
Mhm.
Like I expect them to change. And then my artists that I don't expect to change, I don't want them to change. Like, I mean, it's cool like to see kind of like a different direction. Also, like my all-time Beyonce, like, you know, she just did her country shit. And it was great, even though she's still doing her whole ballad thing because we know that she is a vocalist. But like, you know, I just like to see, especially if they passionate, I like to see artists be able to deviate and do what it is that they want to do with it, and then, you know, like kind of dominate with that.
I agree.
And that's why I don't see you stopping, Kris. Like, I don't see it, bro. Like how you are as a person.
Stop.
Like you don't, like you're not gonna stop creating music. There's no way.
Nah. I've been writing. I'm still writing. I think my biggest thing is I never really found out. I never really figured out my flow. I never rapped with a flow per se. I just approached the record like how I thought it should be approached, and we did it. Honest to God, it's really fucking crazy that I'm doing a podcast with Dalton and Diamond because my first official album was made. I wrote half my raps in her room, and I recorded all the raps like at the studio that he had at the time. So like, I trust them creatively. If I send them something, if I show them something, I think Diamond might look at me how she looks. I'm not saying I'm on their level, but like she expects me to grow, change, get better with time. She still listens to the shit I put out before I put out an album that's on SoundCloud right now and sends me lyrics. Me and Dalton's relationship is more, I feel like I'm not going to present anything to him, especially now, that would take away, like, I'm not going to waste his time. Like, so if I'm not 100% on something, I might send it to the homies or whatever, but I'm never going to like get the ball rolling. And right now I just don't feel like 100%. Like, I'm trying to figure out where I would be able to get my shit off at and it be receptive the way that it does. But even looking back, like, I don't feel like any of my projects that I dropped were negatively received. Like, there was nobody that said, oh, bro, this should have been this or that should have been that or whatever. Like,
I mean, and even if they did, fuck them. It's your art.
That's true. But I'm also in the game. I've said this story many a times, and I'm going to get back to what you asked. I told Miles this straight up because at the beginning of me and Miles' relationship as far as producing, I was getting hella placements and Miles wasn't. Like, I did the Chaz thing, I did the Wale thing, I did the Phil Ade thing, did Brandon's whole tape. Brandon, I think at that time Miles had did Currency, then went on to do like Lloyd Banks. It's only more recent now that he's, you know, Burna Boys and he did a joint for Tory. I don't know which side everybody follow on, but he did. So like Miles, you know, and so we had the conversation And I told him straight up, I was like, bro, I think I'm more of a like mainstream producer. And I think you're more of a B-side producer. And he was like, okay, but I only was following the pattern of like what was happening in our relationship. Like the Chaz and Goldlink record, the Chaz record, all those beats, I sent them and they picked out of, a bunch of beats. And that was the sound that they were rolling with. But I knew that I was making something I thought would be on the radio. Like the first CD I ever had in my possessions was Britney Spears' first CD. And that's as mainstream as you can get.
Thanks.
So like my knowledge of like creating comes from that standpoint. Like I'm trying to make something that's going to be like right here, right now, do the thing that's supposed to do, yada, yada, cheese enchilada. So even from that perspective, if all the beats that I make or am making that I decide to rap on and put out, mainstream isn't what it was when we put out Chris Avelli.
Yeah.
Like Worst Behavior would 100% be on the radio in 2014. Never be on the radio today. Like that BPM, that beat so unorthodox, like the times are changing. I don't know if I'm necessarily keeping up with it in a creative way in that aspect. But to get back to what you said, Drake doing this rant R&B thing that he does.
Rant R&B? What you talking about?
Give me an example, Domin. Like
on Diamonds Dancing? You mean like
that
okay.
thing.
Yeah.
You were an angel.
Okay. I fuck with that
you.
tough.
Yeah. I can't be, it's not even that it's bad. It's like, bro, you did this shit since you figured out it worked. We're the at fault. Because if we never told that nigga Diamonds Dancing was biblical,
Yeah.
I don't think he would have added that for real to his.
Yeah, that gassed him up for sure.
But even the joint he just dropped on that 100 gigs with him and Thug in 21, he starts the song off with an R&B ranty type of thing, and then it gets into like the gangster shit. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to hear all that, nigga.
You like Jaded?
That's cool because I don't think Drake care about what you.
He don't. He don't. He
don't
don't.
care
Let's
what
see.
Drake
Chris
is
fuck with
making
this?
music for the bitches.
He should ask.
Drake is making music for the bitches.
Because my taste is impeccable.
It's not that you don't have good taste.
I really do feel like I should be in the studio with everybody and be like, this will work or it won't. Just because of the type of person I am. I really feel like I'm that person, bro. Like that's what God made me for. Like on God, I get in the studio, I'm like, this is gonna work 100%. It's gotta be something I can see. It gotta be visual. Like I have to be able to see it before it can really get executed to the masses. Cause I don't feel like I miss at all. Like,
so are you actually good or are you just cocky as shit?
At this point, it's both.
Two things can be true, Diamond.
Nah, I mean, like, do you see yourself, like, is it actual, like, yeah, I'm really good at this, or I'm just good at this because I think I'm good at it? Because you might actually be a little trash at it, but you just, in your mind, you're like, okay, I should be in the studio with everybody because I'm great at this, but you might not be that great at it.
My track record speaks for itself. I have not worked with anybody that isn't in a better position than when they met me. There are, well, I won't say anybody, but because there are some people that are in the exact same spot. But that's because, but like the ones that I know, like we know, like with Chaz, for instance, to go all the way back. Dalton knew before me because he met Chaz. When I met Chaz, I knew I can't compete with this. That's the first nigga I met rapping and fashion-wise where I was like, shit.
I told you that one episode I was like,
I
when
ain't
I
got nothing
saw
for this nigga.
I
So
saw
I
that
figured
the motherfucker hunger was
It
too
was better
different.
to
for me.
join this
Yeah.
nigga than to go against him. Because I was going against him. He was taking everybody girl. Light-skinned nigga. He was the first nigga in my high school wearing skinny jeans with the loud colors. It was going crazy. I ain't know what to do. We was in disarray at football practice. Like, what we gonna do about these two light-skinned niggas from DC that just roll through the fucking hallways
Yeah.
with a crowd of people following them? being the people they know that they are already. Like, it don't matter where you at for real.
And then Chris saw me pick him up and was like, "What the fuck is going on out
Oh
here?"
yeah, because Dalton had a fucking Chrysler 300 sky blue in high school. Like, nah, my mama got that car, nigga. What the fuck? This shit crazy. My mama had that bitch, nigga.
I had the big ass rims too. Oh boy, it was.
Yeah, this shit was crazy. But this music shit's so weird, bro. Like, I just feel like making shit that you want to make is cool, but like when I approach an artist like you, for instance, Tev, if I send you something, I feel like what's a lost art is the producer being able to sell that rapper on why this is the thing, like what Pharrell did for Hove and the Fade to Black with the Allure record. Like and I'm keep going back to All the Girls because look, I've been sitting on that record for like 3 years.
Oh, it's not
Trying
out.
to figure out. No. I'm just trying to figure out how to finish it because I only did a verse, and I did it so well, nicely done, that I knew a second verse from me wouldn't have sealed the deal. So I sent it to Brandon, I sent it to Armani, Blaze, and I sent it to you. But you're the only. Brandon never sent me his version. I heard Armani's version, and you didn't check your DMs. So I don't know. I don't know for
what
real.
B
We're
say?
gonna let that go.
Well, honestly, with B, I told him that I was just gonna give up on the record, and you should have this beat to do, because I knew the sample that I chopped and put in, that I flipped with it. Nobody's done it to this day, and I think it fits what's happening right now. Like,
Send that bitch
I made
again.
it through.
Now I gotta hear it
I'll
again.
do it.
Send it again.
But
I'm gonna not check the DMs. No, fuck with you.
no,
I was
you-
like,
no,
please,
no,
they
yeah,
can send it again and don't check it.
Because right now I feel like I would re-record the verse. I'm a little bit older. I was punching in. I was doing a lot of drugs that night. The verse might be a little different, but I just see the vision. I know what's gonna work. And I don't know if you do this. I do this. I send the records I feel like are the ones to like my homegirls and my exes and shit, and be like, especially the women that I know be outside, like, what do you think about this? And they'll be like, yeah, this. And all the girls was one of those ones that I got like OD positive feedback from. So I wanted to finish that and put that out. But more so because of the sample that I use. I didn't want nobody to use it, and they're getting close to it. So I feel like we got to do it now or never.
I'm kind of weird about like sending my shit out. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's the I'm not big on zodiac signs and shit, but maybe it's the Pisces. And what Erica say something about like artists are sensitive about their shit. Like, I don't be sending my shit out like that unless I may send it to like Blake and like because I respect Blake. As like his pen is ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Blake.
And his songwriting ability is crazy. So maybe him and Jerry, because I got a group chat with them. But other than that, like I kind of just rely on like how you say like your taste is your taste. I feel like I got good taste. So like if I think it's good enough, then like I'm putting that bitch out. If I don't think if I don't keep playing it in the Jeep and shit, then like it might not see the light of day. I don't really do the test, and I'm not really saying that's a good or bad thing because like I do think there's some good in like sending the shit out to different people. Definitely it's like different to women and just different crowds to see like what they. But part of me like I just don't give a fuck. Like if I like it, then like I don't need people to validate it. You know what I mean?
100%. But hey, that's you having that thing that I don't have. But I need
No, that's a
approval.
good thing. What you doing? Like it's good that
Yeah.
you're sending it to because women run run shit when it comes to
100%.
like music. So like if they fuck with it, then you got something. You know what I mean? So
First time I heard that women run this shit is when somebody was talking about Tupac. And they were like, all the women gravitate towards Tupac's music, no matter what. And obviously it was more things added to that, like he was, a sex symbol and all that other shit. On top of
he
on
said
top
that
of
with so
what-
much hate.
No, I just, I didn't
I
want,
thought he finna say something completely different.
I didn't want to get like paused in the middle of saying sex symbol. But he was that. And obviously what he was saying resonates, like if you're ready to receive the message. But as far as artistry goes, not even LL, like the first people I've heard talk about an artist, it was Tupac. So like, and the thing they said was if the women fucking with Pac, like that's the direction, like we need to go that way. And then when you hear bro music, like he wasn't always on that rah-rah shit. Like he had the Bridges Got a Baby and Keep Your Head Up and Dear Mama, like Live and Die in LA. Like all these records like are actually speaking about something. And he's younger than he was younger recording that than we are right now having this conversation about him, which is wild. But the women are a clear sign that some shit's going. From the fashion to personality to everything. So yeah, women are definitely a good ace to have in the hole, which is why I feel like Cash Cobain is like that nigga out of here.
Yeah. He got the sexy
there's
drill
nothing
shit on
he
lock.
can do wrong.
Yeah.
He can't do nothing wrong right now, and that's dope. Bringing the fat niggas back in style, cool. So I can let this gut go. You feel me? 100%.
I mean, Biggie Ben had that shit. Biggie had that shit on lock back then.
Yeah, but you know, his untimely demise, I feel like if you
fucked
didn't
it up for fat
appreciate-
niggas. Oh,
yeah, I wouldn't say, but we didn't have a real representative. Well, we got
why are
DJ
you saying
Khaled,
we?
like-
You're not fat. Like, why are you?
Oh no! I hide this shit well, brother.
You're not fat. Like, if
So
you
why
got
you saying
if
we?
you got a tummy or some shit, but I don't know, fat
He's
is
not fat.
yeah.
If I say it straight, it look cool. But if I turn to the side, you see everything I didn't want y'all to see.
A true fat nigga would be offended.
100%. 100%.
Okay.
100%. But Tev, you got some shit you trying to, you feel me? Or no? Are you ready to announce that or what?
What?
Or just
Which? Oh,
You
I mean,
said
yeah. I
that-
was saying when you stepped out for a minute. Yeah, I was talking about the Shaw guy. But yeah, I do got an album coming. But I'm trying to. I haven't decided if I'm gonna drop it this year or wait to the top of the year. And because I got honestly, I got like 2. So
Okay.
I'm debating. I'm not really ready to announce too much on it yet, because I gotta roll it out. Perfect.
What's
It's
keeping you
perfect.
motivated to create music? Let's end it here because I need some help. Help me. What would you give to a creative, not even just a rapper? What is something you notice about yourself that's keeping you motivated to continue to create?
What is something that's keeping me motivated? That's tough because like it's one of them things you got it or you don't. Like I like to do it. I mean, I'll go through my times when like like every creative, you go through your times of like feeling like unmotivated and shit like that. But I may stop for a month or 2 or whatever. Not because I'm quitting, just because like I'm not that inspired. But like that's what I was kind of asking you about. Like you feel like you're not gonna release it anymore or whatever, but you still are creating. Like it's just in you to like I have to like I can't see myself not creating some type of way, So right now it's still music. Like I do, film shit too, but like I love rap. Like I love music. You know what I mean? I love to make it. Like this shit's there's nothing better than like you recording some fire shit and then waking up in the morning and this shit's still fire. You know what I mean? That's one of the best feelings, And like
Yeah,
you
for
be trying
sure.
to recapture that feeling all the time. You know what I mean? So like, and when you locked in the zone, like when you just like record, just trying some shit, next thing you know, it's like 2 a.m. You're like, damn, I was really like, just that like zone is, it's a good high, So,
It is a good high.
As far as advice, I don't keep yourself around like people that motivate you. That's what I was saying about like people like Blake. I'm really like inspired by like when he sends me some shit or the homie J. Lou send me some shit. When Debbie Hendricks send me some shit, like these are people that like I hold in high regards.
Shout out to
musically,
Luce, man. That's my dog.
Yeah, shout out J. Luce.
Luce, my dog.
Yeah, just keeping people around you because, iron sharpens iron. So you need people that
That's true.
that motivate you, that you feel like are maybe better than you in some ways. You know what I mean? It makes you feel like, okay, I got to step my
So
shit
yeah,
up
drop
too.
that album so I can get motivated.
Oh yeah,
You feel me? Because I don't really.
I can just sing you a song. You ain't got to wait for me to drop some shit. I can sing you some shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I gotta.
But because I
What you gonna leak?
No, hell no.
No.
I would never. But
The leak is crazy.
I might just sit here and talk shit the whole time. I might not do nothing. Let me see what everybody else, pause. Let me see what everybody else see. But still does sharpen steel. I do agree with that 100%. And again, man, even like you said, you, Blake, Luz, Armani, Doe, Kush, who we don't talk about enough
Kush, man.
for his consistency.
Kush been
like-
on one. Yep.
Like niggas can. He was at that club show. Like that was the first time I met him, seen him perform, and then like his rollout for him putting out music started like shortly thereafter. And another person that I paid attention to for sure, had him on the pod as well. It's good to see that shit, bro. Like, I don't know.
You know
Like,
what's
it's
crazy?
good.
We at the age like, would you like produce an artist? Like, would you like, you know what I mean? Like, what's funny?
Nothing. I did Brandon's. I did the 2.5
Yeah. I
minutes,
shouldn't.
did the
That's not what I
house.
really meant. I meant more so like mentor. I guess is a better word.
Hell yeah, bro. I would love to do that shit, but I just feel like I'm not all the way there yet. Like as far as like the artist telling me whatever they feel like will work. I don't know if I 100% agree with it in the moment.
Yeah, I'm like,
I'll make whatever somebody asks me to make. Like I'll try my damnedest. Like Vic asked me to make him some shit that I just don't do, like a week or two ago, and I tried. And, if it,
A for effort.
yeah, but whatever happens with that happens. I do feel like that's something I would love to do, like help an artist get to where reach the heights that I couldn't reach for real. I ain't a hater in that capacity.
Maybe I'm a hater because I
I'm not
can't
a
see
hater
myself
of
doing that
things.
just yet, man. It's maybe because I'm still too like involved
Yeah, you
myself.
too in it
Yeah.
for-
Yeah, you're too into
Because
it.
then I feel like I'm always like I'll probably be selfish, and like it'd
But
be
you
hard for me
also
to
don't-
like focus on somebody else right now.
Mhm.
You also don't produce too.
I mean, you ain't not from producers. I could still like, you could. I was about to say P Diddy some shit, but that's crazy.
No, that's what.
But you
that's
know what I
I'm
mean.
saying. Like, I was thinking about.
That was gonna be
Yeah,
crazy.
I caught myself.
Yeah, thank you. I thought you meant like the total package as far as like taking a rapper off the street, helping him with his raps, helping him with his flows.
Well, yeah, you can do
Getting
that,
him
but
to
you ain't got to.
be
I don't have
recording.
to. I can bring you to like JO8s. I can help you. Like I don't have to actually
no,
like
we do everything
make
in-house.
the beat. You know what I mean?
When I found out that Dilla did everything at his mom's crib, that just made me more motivated to stay at my mom's crib. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, of course, seeing my parents getting older. Like, my dad just had an injury to his foot, ankle that I got to take him his breakfast, coffee, all that shit. So I'm glad I'm here for that. But as far as the creative space and what I've been able to do from the comfort of my parents' home, that comfortability has made me who I am. So like, I definitely would want to be 100% hands-on with the artist. Like, come to my house. I'm gonna record you. No, before that, I'm gonna make the beat. You gonna write. You gonna come over. We're gonna go over it. You gonna record it. I'm gonna send it to either Dalton or the homie Da Vinci to get it mixed, or Donnie to get it mixed. We gonna do this whole thing from 0 to 100. Like, that's who I truly feel like I am. The only issue I'm really having right now is that everything's in my bedroom, and I don't always want niggas in my room.
Nah, I feel you. I
So,
feel
like,
that.
as soon as I could get like a space where I can move all my equipment to somewhere else and keep this part separate, I feel like, yeah, it'll be an all night thing. My parents are already aware that I'm gonna be making beats till like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Bedroom right above them. We going crazy, like for sure. So I definitely see myself like helping the artists get to where they gotta go, even if I don't go with them, because I don't always go. So I'm with it, 100%. 100%. Any closing remarks while everybody's just sitting here staring at the
Oh
camera?
well, I mean,
Nigga, you were talking.
Oh, I was done. I thought
Okay.
y'all noticed that when I said that.
No.
Hey,
Let it
Sexy
go.
Red putting out some lip gloss. How y'all feel about that shit?
We're not. Come on. I don't-
We're doing
I
closing
thought we were
remarks.
closing
nigga.
remarks. I want to
I'm
talk
just,
about.
I'm just gonna say this right here, right now.
Yellow,
we're not
yellow
gonna talk about that
discharge
at
lip
We're
gloss.
not gonna talk about it at all.
Product placement is everything. I feel like 100%. That is a question I have for Tev. But we'll save it for the next
All
one.
I'll say is, from a branding standpoint, A1.
Yes.
From everything else, morally, like I hate that shit.
Or
That is
F.
heavy
that
on the
is
moral
Straight
fail.
ridiculous.
debauchery.
Oh my goodness. But
She got a lip
very
gloss called
on
Camaraderie.
brand. Very
On
on
brand.
brand. But
Yeah, I just don't know if I would want the world to feel like if you fuck me, you might leave here with something. Like, I don't know if I would want to put that out for real. Like, I don't know. But
It
it's
got
an
people
audience
talking
for it.
though. It got people talking.
It sure did. It sure did. But anyways, this was a good conversation we've had. You
Yeah.
feel? I ain't really got nothing else to say. Check out Tev shit when it comes.
yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna be opening for Tev.
You said you're gonna be what?
You gonna open it for you?
You gonna open for me? Okay.
Yeah, just comedic relief. If y'all need a brief intermission, just be like, Kris, go out there and say something. The ox ain't working or something. I'll be like, all right, y'all. So
anyway, tell
Yeah.
if you want to repeat what date it is.
October
and all that,
12th.
and so,
Yeah, October 12th
Okay. Where's
at
that?
Double Wide. COTY 5-year anniversary concert. Yeah,
How about
man.
Make sure y'all
Cowboys.
show up.
Pull
and
up,
show
man. We
love.
got vinyls. We finally got
Vinyls.
some physicals. We got
Go buy them vinyls.
good
Buy them because you
good
gotta get a
reps,
minimum
man.
amount. Please
Yeah.
buy them.
We need them sold.
Yeah, man. That's all I got.
Oh, just
That's
one
all I
thing
got.
that I didn't get to say last time is R.I.P. to Justin Riley, aka Beat King.
Mm,
rest in peace to
Okay.
fucking Beat
1000%.
King,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
1000%.
Damn,
Boy, I
Diamond fucked me up
I used
last
to get
pod.
rolled up crazy at UNT to that. Man.
Yeah.
Man, he was the main person outside of, Cash Money doing it for the 99 2000 that had me consistently shaking ass for 10 years.
Consistent.
Shout out to Beat. He was a guy during the era, like my beautiful dark twisted fantasy of the producer rapper era, when I realized like he made his beats and what he was doing inspired me 100%. Even if it wasn't some shit I was just finna go throw on at the crib or whatever the fuck. Like the ability to make the beat, write the rhyme, record the rhyme, deliver it, and make a certain impact on people
Oh yeah.
is something that should never be discredited, man. And,
He stamped for sure.
He's stamped 100%. If not the world, he's 1,000,000,000% stamped here in Texas. Like my mom heard about Beat
Yeah.
King.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah,
So like,
definitely lost a Texas legend.
he deserved all the flowers that he's received and receiving, and I mean his legacy will live on. He had girls doing shit with cucumbers that, you feel me?
Yeah.
It'll never
They
get
shouldn't
done
have been
again.
doing with them vegetables.
It'll never get done again. So shout out to Beat King, may he rest in peace.
Rest in
Pray for his
peace.
family, for sure. But we
For
good.
sure.
You can end this shit now, Dalton.